Welcome everyone, Lancer and Mist are stepping onto Italy today to see who comes out on top in this duel. Lancer generally holds the advantage in their head-to-head history, but Mist has consistently found a way to win their most recent encounters. It'll be interesting to see if that mental edge continues today. They're all squared up now, neither side budging. Lancer is definitely looking for a return to that overall lead. Mist just pulls ahead, leading the way 2-1. It's definitely a clash of the upper half for these two. Mist is really picking up speed here, putting a lot of pressure on Lancer early on. Unreal. He barely walks away from that one with a handful of health left. He's certainly playing his way back toward that career lead. Lancer claws back to make it a dead heat. The rank 14 spot has definitely been showing its strength today. He's just completely shifted the energy of this game, taking a third straight. Mist manages to scrap his way through that exchange to keep things level. Both players are fighting for every inch of ground here. Mist holds a slim lead as we enter round 10. A stark contrast to his dominant 13-5 win over Glare earlier. Everything is wide open now with Lancer and Mist tied up. This is a great way to shake off that recent loss to Ignis. That was an incredibly quick exchange. Both of these players are responding so fast it's almost hard to track. Mist takes a 7-5 lead into the break. This really mirrors the tight projection we had coming in. Lancer is still very much in the fight, and this looks like it'll go down to the wire. Let's see who finds their rhythm first. Lancer has put up quite a high win rate of 80% in his last 10 outings, but that early momentum is completely missing from his performance today. Now it's all about whether he can stop the momentum Mist has built up. Mist is just an absolute wall right now, catching Lancer right as he tried to hold the wine position. He is completely taking over this map, shutting down any hopes of a comeback with that lightning fast read. Lancer finally answers back with a quick burst to keep things moving. He'll need to dig deep to overcome that overall match deficit. Lancer is really fighting an uphill battle now as Mist continues to put on the pressure. A complete shutdown. Mist is now just a single round away from securing the victory. Game over. Mist secures the final blow to claim victory. He really played on the other guy's head today, completely dismantling everything Lancer tried to put together. Welcome everyone! We have Ignis and Mist facing off today in the arena to see who can claim victory. Ignis has a massive historical advantage here, holding a 64% win rate over Mist in their head-to-head history. He's definitely the favorite on paper, but that hasn't translated to the scoreboard yet. We'll see if he can claw back into the lead. Mist keeps the pressure high with a 2-1 lead. He's looking sharper right after that 13-6 victory against Lancer. Mist is really starting to pull away here, putting Ignis on his heels. Tough spot for the 13th ranked player right now. A completely effortless takedown as Mist keeps this spree going. The higher rated player is really struggling to find any answers. Another quick exchange ends in the same result, a huge 4-round swing for the leader. Incredible. He somehow drags himself across the finish line with a sliver of health left. Just a complete flip from their last meeting on fast aim. Ignis finally finds his mark, cutting the deficit to 4. Both of these guys are sitting comfortably in the top half of the ladder. Ignis has played over 10,000 matches in his career, and that depth of experience usually makes him hard to shake. But he's clearly not leveraging that tenure here. It will be a huge climb for him to recover this deficit. Mist is just dominating, holding a commanding 5-round lead. Mist has a huge amount of confidence entering the final stretch. It's a 9-3 lead for Mist heading into the break. Honestly, this is the opposite of what we expected to see today. He's completely outplayed the higher seed so far, and Ignis looks lost. Time for a total reset. Mist is just relentlessly crushing Ignis at 10-3. It's a completely different story than their last outing. Ignis is barely hanging on while trailing 10-4. The veteran's experience might finally be starting to kick in. Mist is making this look easy, continuing to push the pace even as the finish line comes into view. He's really cementing a huge shift in their career rivalry. The pace of these exchanges is really picking up with a few very quick rounds ending in a flash. Ignis is certainly putting up a fight now, refusing to let this match slip away without a struggle. Mist puts him down right off the ramp to move within a single round of victory. Absolute perfection to close it out. Mist secures the series with a lightning fast final shot. He's just completely shifted the momentum in this rivalry, proving that the history between these two doesn't matter tonight. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We have Lancer and Ignis facing off today on red line to see who comes out on top. Lancer comes out strong, securing that early lead after a frantic duel right there on the ramp. Lancer looks to shake off that recent loss to Mist. Ignis is just getting shredded right now, and he couldn't even hold that ramp position. The head-to-head history usually favors the other side of this duel. Ignis manages to get the upper hand from the ramp and claws his way back into this. The higher-rated player is finally starting to flex his strength. Lancer is looking a lot more confident after taking a 3-1 lead, which is impressive considering Ignis typically wins the majority of their matchups. It's clear that the gap between these two is narrow, and Lancer is making the most of this momentum early on. Unreal. That was a complete brawl, but he just barely scrapes through with a tiny bit of health left. Lancer is simply untouchable right now, securing another win from that ramp purge. Quite a reversal from their last match together on Orange. He just can't be stopped right now, taking a huge 6-round lead. He's really making a statement given the historical numbers between them. Ignis catches the opening shot and knocks him right off the ramp. It is a tight clash between the two today. Lancer is just too quick today, easily clearing Ignis out of that ramp position. Tough spot to be in for a player usually favored here. Lancer has really played the spoiler today despite having a 46% win rate across his thousands of career matches. He's effectively flipped the script on his opponent here. It will be interesting to see if Ignis can find any more answers before the halftime break. Lancer holds an 8-4 grip heading into the switch. I mean, the underdog is completely disregarding the historical odds right now. He's putting serious pressure on Ignis to adjust his game. Ignis keeps the fight alive, trailing Lancer by 3. Ignis puts up a great fight and manages to force the champion off the ramp. He's really starting to claw his way back into the game. Lancer keeps a firm 3-round cushion over Ignis. Lancer is showing a lot more grit than he did in their latest clash. What a fight. Both players were nearly out of health, but he barely holds on to survive. He's showing an incredible amount of composure while fighting through the deficit. He pulls through in a frantic exchange, somehow outlasting his opponent off the ramp. Both of these competitors have a very similar standing on the ladder. Lancer is really putting the squeeze on Ignis here, putting a heavy lead on the board. His current form is a sharp contrast to that recent 10-game slump. Lancer shuts down that comeback attempt and now sits just 1 round away from victory. What a finish. He just completely shuts the door on this series to take the victory. He really proves he's more than capable of hanging with the top guys today. A total shift in momentum from their last meeting. Welcome everyone. Lancer and Mist are stepping onto Mapas for this one. Let's see if the favorite can secure the win. Lancer has the historical edge with over 790 total wins in their rivalry. But he really struggled to find any answers in their last meeting. It'll be interesting to see if he can reverse that trend today. Mist holds the lead, pushing Lancer to his limit. He's looking really comfortable after that dominant win on Italy. Mist is starting to put a lot of pressure on Lancer early here. Lancer really needs to shake off those previous losses to Ignis. He's just not letting up, making it 3 straight for Mist. Lancer's recent performance against Ignis didn't translate to this series. He's simply on a different level right now, claiming a 4th straight. The gap between them on the ladder is practically non-existent right now. Finally, some resistance from Lancer, who puts an end to that run. Lancer is definitely looking to get back to his usual standards. He's showing some real grit here, putting together a 2nd straight win to close the gap. Lancer is starting to look more like the favorite we expected. Mist has been consistently efficient in their recent matches today. Well, it's a sharp contrast to how he struggled throughout the season. He's looking incredibly composed while Lancer tries to find some stability. Mist still holds a commanding 4-round cushion. A tough run of form for Lancer after that defeat to Ignis. Unbelievable, that was a complete slugfest, but he just barely edges out the victory to keep the momentum going. Absolute nails on that finish to take the lead further. Mist holds an 8-4 lead heading into the break. He's definitely defying the historical trend where Lancer usually controls this rivalry. We'll see if Lancer can tighten up his game on the other side. Time to switch it up. Lancer claws back 1, though Mist keeps a 3-round cushion. It's a tight race between these two right now, given their proximity on the ladder. He's putting up a real fight, refusing to let Mist slide away with his match. The momentum has shifted completely in his favor. Mist still keeps a solid 3-round advantage. Mist is definitely playing his best CS of the day right now. He's not backing down, continuing his climb back into this series. Top tier experience is finally starting to show. Mist maintains a 3-point gap as we hit round 17. A really strong run of form from him lately. He's really starting to pull away from the pack here, just completely owning the pace of these exchanges. Lancer is refusing to go down quietly, digging himself a bit deeper out of that hole. A tough spot for someone with an 80% win rate in his last 10. What a scramble! He nearly lost that one, but manages to secure another victory as the deficit continues to shrink. Squeezing out another win while staying remarkably healthy with his HP. A huge shutdown there, leaving him just a single round away from victory. The underdog is really putting on a performance for the crowd. He's simply not going away, managing to keep this duel alive when it mattered most. Lancer just refused to let the match slide away, staying focused to keep this struggle going. It's essentially a coin flip now with both players fighting for air. He catches Mist right off the ramp to bring this entire series to a dead heat. What a whirlwind of a comeback to force a deadlock. A sharp response from Mist, who just completely outpaced the fight to take a 13-12. He's looking incredibly sharp despite being the underdog in this matchup. Lancer is simply untouchable in this duel, securing a flawless round to bring the score back to a deadlock. pure chaos as this set pushes deep into overtime. Absolute madness. He survives the carnage by a hair to take a commanding step forward in this overtime battle. He just can't be stopped, continuing this incredible tier as he moves within a single step of victory. The favorite is finally locking in his grip on the match. A massive response from Mist, who just completely stopped the momentum to keep himself in the game. Gritty exchange there, but he manages to secure another win to put himself in a position to close this out. A quick exchange to keep the pressure high. Mist barely holds a single round lead here. Total parity now as Lancer and Mist sit tight. Mist barely edges ahead by 1 in this nail biter. An impressive run of form for someone currently sitting at 16th. We are completely locked in at 17-0. The higher seed is fighting through a real grind today. Mist just barely reclaimed a tiny advantage over Lancer. He's putting up a serious fight as the rank 16 player. Lancer and Mist are neck and neck at 18 apiece. The volatility is off the charts with these trades. Lancer takes a slim 1-round lead after that clash. Symmetry once again with both Lancer and Mist at 19. Mist regains a tiny bit of ground at 2019. Mist is clearly riding a wave of confidence through this set. We're totally deadlocked at 20 apiece. Neither side has an inch of ground to give right now. Mist just barely scratched ahead to lead 21-20. The gap on the leaderboard is completely irrelevant in a clash like this. Total deadlock now with both Lancer and Mist at 21. Total stalemate now as we head into the next one. Lancer finally breaks the tie to lead 22-21. Mist answers back perfectly to bring this to a 22-all deadlock. Lancer just leaped ahead, holding a narrow 23-22 advantage. Lancer is showing exactly why he entered this set with the edge. Unbelievable. We are back to a complete standstill at 23 apiece. Looking very composed for someone currently outside the top 15. Lancer finally breaks the tie and claims a 1-round advantage. Lancer is making his high seed status felt in this final stretch. Pure insanity as Lancer and Mist settle at 24-24. This series is refusing to end with a clear victor. Mist keeps the upper hand with a slim 25-24 lead. Absolute insanity. Lancer has leveled it at 25-25. Lancer finally pulls ahead by a single point. Pure clinical precision to push the lead back to 1. A complete toss-up as Lancer, and Mist hit 26. Neither side is blinking first in this marathon. Mist keeps the pressure high with a narrow 27-26 edge. A cold-blooded sequence from him to regain the lead. Mist is just barely pulling away, holding a 2-round cushion. He really fought through the fatigue to close this out in overtime. Lancer was practically on top of him there. What a fight. Welcome everyone. Ignis and Mist are facing off on Dunes to see who can hit 13 rounds first. Ignis has a huge historical lead with a 64% win rate in their head-to-head history. Well, it's a bit ironic considering Mist just beat him in a total blowout in their most recent series. We'll see if that confidence carries over into this new match. Simply a different level of speed, carving out a lead to 4-0. Mist finally draws some blood, taking the round with a crisp response. He's not backing down, clawing back another round to keep this fight alive. The favorite is starting to feel the pressure now. Ignis has been struggling lately with a 0% win rate in his most recent 3 games. And it's making this early lead even more surprising. We really have to see if he can maintain this focus for the rest of the set. Ignis is comfortably in the driver's seat at 6-3. The gap between their 2 ratings is barely anything. A complete shutdown from Mist, who walked away from that exchange without taking a single hit. Both players are trading a lot of blows right now. Ignis holds a steady 3-round cushion over Mist. The higher seed is definitely asserting his authority here. Ignis takes the first half 8-4, and honestly, this is exactly what the pre-match projections look like. He's proving why he's the higher seed right now by keeping the pace firmly in his favor. Fresh start for both players. Ignis is just relentless, pushing the lead to 9-4. He's finally shaking off those early losses from earlier today. Ignis is just steamrolling right now, sitting at 10. Looking completely different than when he struggled against Lancer today. Mist is refusing to let this slip away, picking up a second straight round. The rank 16 player is trying to dig his way back in. Ignis is just putting up a wall here, leaving Mist with almost no room to breathe. That's a total shutout to put him on the precipice of victory. He's just taking over the server now. What a way to finish it! Ignis secures the victory and cleans up the series! Huge bounce back performance from the veteran, proving those previous losses were just a fluke today. Welcome everyone! Lancer and Ignis are facing off on orange, with Ignis stepping in as the favorite for this match. Ignis holds a clear advantage in their head-to-head history, but Lancer is coming in with the confidence of having won their most recent duel against this opponent. It will be interesting to see if that momentum overrides the historical trend. Lancer is really surging ahead with a 2-1 lead. Lancer is taking a commanding grip on the early game here. It's a tight gap on the ladder, but we're seeing a flip here. Lancer is absolutely dominating, putting Ignis down by 3. Despite the odds, he's really holding his own in this series. He's just completely owning the server right now, taking his 3rd straight. This, a complete reversal from their head-to-head trend. What a scramble! Ignis claws back around in a chaotic trade that nearly went the other way. Both of these guys are solidly placed in the upper half of our rating. Lancer is playing with a tremendous amount of confidence right now, which is a huge shift from his career win rate of 46%. It's clear that the experience he's gained recently is paying off. He's finally looking like the driver in this rivalry. Lancer's just cruising now with a massive 4-round lead. Both of these are sitting right there in the top 15. Lancer is just not letting up today, consistently finding the quicker shot in almost every single trade. Lancer heads into the break with a huge 9-3 lead, and honestly we are seeing a complete collapse from the favorite. He's totally ignoring that 58% head-to-head deficit and just playing his own game right now. Time to see a response. Ignis manages to narrow it to 9-4. Both of these competitors are practically neck and neck in the ratings. Lancer keeps the pressure on, extending it to 10-4. He is playing an incredible series despite the historical numbers. Lancer still has plenty of room for error, but he can't afford to let this slide too far. What a nail-biter. Lancer barely survives that exchange to push his advantage to 11-5. A rough run of form lately for the higher seed. He guts out a tough exchange here and is now just a single round away from the victory. Unbelievable. Lancer shuts the door on this series with a final decisive. He just couldn't find a way back in today, completely getting outclassed on a map he usually loves. Welcome to Berserk League duels. Lancer and Mist are stepping onto fast aim to see who comes out on top. Lancer leads the Lifetime Series with 794 head-to-head wins, but Mist actually holds the advantage on this specific map. It will be interesting to see if that local edge helps him get back into the game. A tight battle on the ramp, but he manages to shut Mist down and secure his third straight point. A clean finish for Mist, showing some real grit to get back in this. Not an unexpected sight for an underdog who's always played him tough. A lightning fast reaction from Mist to shut that down and keep the pressure on. Lancer's lead is slipping away from him. He isn't backing down, putting together another strong round to keep the pressure high. The favorite is starting to look vulnerable here. Lancer holds the higher ground on that one and puts a firm grip back on the momentum. Lancer has really been outperforming his average lately, picking up 22 wins today. It seems like that confidence is carrying over into these early rounds. It will be tough for Mist to find a way to disrupt this current flow. He's continuing this strong surge, narrowing the gap to just one before they head into the break. We've got a dead heat at 6-6 going into the break. I mean, this is exactly the kind of coin flip battle we expected to see. Both players are swapping momentum perfectly, and it's anyone's game now. Fresh start for both. Lancer takes a narrow edge as we hit round 13. A solid bounce back for him after that tough loss on Mapas. Mist holds his ground from the ramp, evening things up at 7-7. Mist is playing like he doesn't care about those rankings today. Lancer regains control, pushing his lead to 8-7. Both of these guys are firmly entrenched in the upper half of the ladder. Lancer is pulling ahead now, pushing it to 9-7. His recent form has been particularly sharp across his last 10 matches. He's showing a lot of heart, chipping away at that deficit. The gap in the rankings isn't playing a factor right now. Lancer is firmly in the driver's seat at 10-8. Still feeling the heat from that close match on Mapas. Mist shows real resolve here, knocking him off the ramp to stay within striking distance. That was an incredibly fast exchange to keep this game alive. Unbelievable. Mist claws his way back into a dead heat, completely erasing that early deficit. He's simply on fire right now, taking another round from the ramp to move into the lead. Lancer manages to find his mark and clears Mist off the ramp to bring us level. Lancer really needs to regain his footing here. Lancer wins the exchange, putting him just one round away from victory. He's certainly proving why he entered this match with the upper hand. Absolutely incredible finish. Lancer secures the final point and closes out the match. He really had to fight through that second half surge to hold on. Mist almost stole the day here. What a battle. Welcome to the arena. Ignis and Mist are ready to face off to see who can reach 13 rounds first. Ignis has owned the head-to-head history here, winning about 64% of their encounters over the years. He's really leveraging that psychological edge early on. It'll be interesting to see if Mist can actually disrupt that pattern today. Ignis is clutching a slim 2-1 lead right now. He looks much more confident than he did during that last 13-5 disaster. Unbelievable, he almost goes down with the round, but somehow survives that exchange to push his lead to 3-1. Ignis is absolutely rolling now, leading 4-1. Tough spot for Mist after that blowout on Dunes earlier today. Absolutely untouchable right now. He's completely taken over the server. He's certainly making good on his favorite status today. Good grief! He almost let that slip. Both players were hammered in that exchange, but he barely clings to a win. His overall record in this feud is absolutely staggering. Just a blink of an eye and he's racked up 5 straight. Mist has to shake off that tough loss from earlier today. Another rapid reaction from Ignis, who seems completely unstoppable right now. Finally, a response from Mist, who secures his first victory of the set. A quick wake-up call for the top seed here. Ignis has usually been the one in control, boasting a high overall win rate in this rivalry. But the pressure is shifting now that Mist has managed to put together a few consecutive wins. We have to see if he can keep this momentum going into the final stretch. Ignis takes a commanding 9-3 lead, and honestly this is exactly what we expected to see from him. He's cruised through the first half and really looks like the better player today. Ignis is just dominating this set at 10-3. He's definitely showing that top half form today. This proves he can handle the heat, catching Ignis right as he tried to hold the ramp. A much tighter contest than the rating difference suggests. Mist can't seem to keep any momentum going. Every time he finds a spark, Ignis just puts it out immediately. Lethal reaction puts him right on the verge of closing this match out. What a way to wrap it up! He shuts the door on the match with total poise. Completely one-sided affair from start to finish. It's just a huge confidence boost for him to bounce back like that. Welcome to Red Line. We've got Lancer taking on the slightly favored Ignis in today's match. Ignis comes out firing, quickly punishing Lancer for holding that ramp position. A very tight gap between these two on the ladder. Unreal. He clutches that from the ramp, surviving with a tiny sliver of health. The head-to-head record certainly favors the current lead. Another clean win from the ramp as he completely takes over early on. Oh, a total reversal from that dominant performance he put up on Orange. Lancer puts up a fight here, finally picking Ignis off the ramp to narrow the gap. The favorite can't afford to let this gap close any further. Ignis reacts so fast to Lancer on that ramp, just completely shutting him down. Lancer just clears the ramp to prove he's still in this game. Lancer needs to keep this energy if he's gonna pull off the upset. Ignis has clearly enjoyed the better luck over their long history together. He's really pushing the advantage here to get back on top. It'll be interesting to see if Lancer can shake off this start and find some stability. Lancer manages to catch Ignis on the ramp for another round point. These two are fighting a real battle for that 13th spot on the ladder. Lancer just walked right through him, showing some serious grit to push the score to 4-6. He's showing a lot more confidence than when he stepped onto the server. He simply refuses to go away, clearing the ramp for another huge round. A real test of nerves for the favorite now. We're heading into the break with Ignis holding a 7-5 lead. I mean, this is essentially how we expected the map to start. Ignis is keeping up the pressure, though Lancer is certainly making him sweat for every single round. Fresh start for Lancer here. Ignis is putting on a real clinic from that ramp, which puts him in a great spot right now. He's really capitalizing on his overall edge in this long-term rivalry. Lancer secures another one from the ramp as he refuses to let the momentum shift. A fast exchange there to get another point on the board. Good heavens, he barely scrapes through that one, surviving with almost nothing left after holding the ramp. He's really starting to lean on those historical numbers. A fierce exchange right there, but Ignis manages to win the duel from the ramp. He's definitely looking to avenge that blowout loss on Orange. Lancer has been on a tear lately, putting up a strong 23-12 record over the last day. It's a stark contrast to the lower win rate he typically has against Ignis. Now the big question is whether this current surge is enough to overcome that historical deficit. Ignis just reclaimed the momentum here, putting himself in a very strong position to close this out. He's really flexing that superior head-to-head record right now. Lancer claws back another round from the ramp, showing real tenacity in this deficit. He's certainly playing with much more urgency now. Ignis fights through a tough trade to secure this one, leaving him just a single step away from victory. He's quickly reclaiming control of the tempo. Game over. He secures the final point to shut things down. That was an impressive showing, especially considering how he managed to shut down Lancer's recent momentum from earlier today. Welcome to the Berserk League. Lancer and Mist take the stage on Dunes to see who comes out on top. Lancer holds a significant edge in their historical head-to-head record. He's generally been the one to come out on top in this pairing. Now it's a matter of whether Mist can reverse that long-term trend after starting strong. Mist is putting on a clinic with a 2-1 lead. Lancer's overall dominance in the pairing isn't showing just yet. What a fight, both of them were shredded in that exchange, but Mist barely hangs on to the win. He's really putting the odds behind him early on. Purely effortless, he's just completely untouchable right now. Incredible endurance. Lancer digs deep to survive a brutal trade and claw back into this match. Absolute chaos in that exchange, but Mist manages to survive a brutal trade by a hair. He's looking much stronger now than he did in that last outing. That was lightning fast. Lancer is staying stubborn and refuses to let this map slip away. Lancer has a 23-13 record over the last day, and honestly he looks like the more consistent player in this current session. It's a shame he's not translating that form into his game right now. He's really fighting an uphill battle. Unreal, he survived with a sliver of health after an absolute war to close the gap to 4-6. He really needs to stabilize before the half. He's really finding a second wind here, securing another victory to stay within reach. Everything shifted, putting the pressure right back on the leader. We're all square at 6-6. Well, this is exactly the kind of deadlock we anticipated given how close their map percentages are. Both players have looked steady, and it really feels like a coin toss heading into the second half. Fresh start for both of them. He's on a roll now, seizing the lead and showing incredible heart to take over this match. The seed is finally starting to live up to the hype. Total parity now. They're deadlocked at 7 apiece. Neither of these two has really found a way to break away. The resilience is showing as he claims another victory to extend his latest push. That was a frighteningly fast trade. We are back to a complete stalemate at 8-8. His recent form has been shaky, but he's holding his own here. He's simply refusing to go away, digging in to secure another round and move one step closer to an improbable turnaround. He's simply not letting up, continuing this surge to push the score to 10-8. It feels like we're finally seeing the favorite take full control. He's completely shifted the energy of this game, charging toward the finish line. A clean response from Mist, keeping the pressure on and showing a lot of fight. He knows exactly how to push back against the leader. He's practically untouchable right now, closing in on the win with a perfectly clean finish. The higher sitting is really starting to reflect in the gameplay. Total shutdown as he keeps his composure, refusing to let the game end just yet. What a performance. Lancer shuts the door and secures the victory with an absolute powerhouse of a finish. It's a huge relief for him to finally break that losing skid and hold the line. Mist really pushed him to the brink today. What a fight. Welcome everyone. Ignis and Mist are stepping onto orange to see who comes out on top today. Ignis has the clear historical advantage, winning 64% of their career encounters, and honestly the head-to-head record really highlights why he's the favorite in this pairing. I wonder if that dominance will still hold true after a slow start. Ignis takes a commanding lead, sitting firmly at 2-1. He's simply refusing to let up, putting together a 3-round string of victories. A stark contrast to that 13-4 blowout from their last meeting. Absolutely unstoppable. He's just completely overwhelmed his opponent with that 4th straight win. A crisp response from Mist, showing some real grit to claw his way back into this. The momentum shift is real, and it proves he can keep pace. He's staying aggressive, taking a 2nd straight map to trim that lead. The favorite is starting to feel the pressure now. Unbelievable. He's completely erased that deficit and we are now dead even. This puts the favorite in a very precarious spot right now. A quick recovery from Ignis to reclaim the lead. Just another look at how his numbered 14 ranking plays out today. Mist has been struggling lately with a 40% win rate over his last 10 matches. It's clear he's having a hard time finding consistency today compared to his opponent. I'm not sure if he has enough in the tank to turn this around. Ignis holds an 8-4 lead heading into the break. I mean, things are playing out exactly as the analysts predicted. Mist showed a flash of strength, but the higher seeded player is just too steady right now. Time to see if Mist can adapt. What an absolute scrap. He narrowly comes out on top after both players traded heavy damage. He's showing a lot of composure in those tight spots. Ignis is just cruising now, pushing it to 10-4. Mist finds one more, bringing the tally to 10-5. He's definitely fighting the good fight to close that distance. Mist is really tightening the noose here, putting up a fight to claw back into this game. He's starting to look a lot more comfortable out there. Ignis is putting a huge damper on that little run Mist tried to put together. He's definitely the more consistent player of the two today. What a fight. He barely clings to life after that brutal exchange to secure the point. That was a nail-biter, barely hanging on there. Mist is really making a charge here, narrowing the gap to just 3 rounds. He really looks determined to avoid another blowout like their previous game. A swift finish there, putting Ignis in a position to close this out right now. It's just a total reversal of how the match started. Game over. Ignis shuts the door right there to secure the victory. He just continues to be a nightmare for Mist, proving once again that he owns this particular matchup. Welcome to the Berserk League. Lancer and Ignis are facing off on Mappas, with Ignis entering as the slight favorite today. What a frantic exchange. Ignis barely scrapes through that one with just a sliver of Ignis holds a strong advantage over the long term, winning nearly 60% of their historic encounters. He also took their most recent duel on red line, so he's definitely comfortable in this specific matchup. Now it's a matter of whether Lancer can find a way to disrupt that flow. A dead hit now as they head into round 4. He's certainly looking more confident after a solid day of play so far. What a scrap! Lancer pulls off a narrow survival to secure his 3rd straight win. He's showing a lot of grit compared to that loss on red line. Ignis answers back instantly to bring the series level. Essentially a mirror image of their current standings on the ladder. Unbelievable. He barely escapes with his life after that brutal slugfest. The momentum really mirrors their close ranking gap. Oh, total shutout this time, and Ignis now has 3 straight under his belt. He's definitely putting that rank 13th slot to good use. He's completely taking over now with a 4th straight victory. He's having an incredible day across the server so far. Lancer snaps that run with a precise blow to knock him off the ramp. Lancer just needed to make one solid opening to get back in this. Lancer has a 22-13 record over the last day. The sheer amount of matches he's played today proves he's feeling sharp. But he still has to find a way to close the gap against an opponent who knows exactly how to counter his style. Lancer trails 8-4 as we head into the break. I mean, this is exactly what we expected to see. Ignis is simply playing his game, leveraging that map advantage to stay firmly in the driver's seat. Ignis is looming large with a commanding 9-4 lead. That was a lightning fast exchange. The higher seats are certainly making their presence felt today. Lancer is really struggling to keep pace at 4-10. He's definitely seeing a return to that dominant form from their last clash. He keeps the pressure on with another swift victory to maintain that 3-round surge. It's an incredibly clean run from the favored player. Lancer manages to trade back, bringing his tally to 5. A small flicker of hope for the number 14 seed. Absolute perfection there, putting him on the verge of victory. That's it. Ignis closes out the series with a clean finish to secure the victory. He's just